1,
2,
3,
4.
Monster movie.
Fun time, go! Monster movie.
Fun time, go. Monster.
Movie.
Fun time.
Go!
Monster movie. Fun time, go.
With Precious D and Honeybee.
Fun time, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and neighbors, welcome to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. I am your host, Precious D, and this is a special little bonus episode. We're not talking about a movie today, but we have an interview. Beth Bredlau, she is the organizer of Godzilla in Bloomington, which is coming up this weekend. We wanted to talk to her about that real quickly while we have time. Welcome to the show, Beth.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So tell us about Godzilla in Bloomington.
It's about to happen. We're a few days away now. It's June 12th and June 13th in Bloomington, Indiana at the Buzzkirk Chumley Theater. And it's all hands on deck. It's our second annual event. And this year we are celebrating our Kaiju Queen. It is all things Mothra.
Yeah, I'm sorry Honeybee couldn't be here for this because she is a high priestess of the Church of Mothra. Mothra
As we
is
all
her
should be. As we
favorite.
all should be.
Yes, blessings of Mothra be upon all of you. So, so this is like a little film festival, right?
Yeah, I started it last year on kind of an ADHD whim, and it became this thing that has become my life. And now we're doing it every year, and this is our second year. Um, Also, it kind of started as a lark because I wanted to see if I could get my mayor to like proclaim holidays for kaiju. And last year, for the first festival, I got her to declare June 27th, 2025 Godzilla Day. And this year, I did it again. And now June 12th, 2026 is Mothra Day. So it's all started to now like culminate around these city holidays that I have also like petitioned to have happen. So it's
Well, if
it's
she wants
been kind of a fun event.
just to keep getting elected,
I
she's
know,
got
right?
just gotta cultivate that kaiju vote.
Hmm.
So, what are the movies that you're going to be showing this year?
We have such a great lineup. We really outdid ourselves. So June 12th, we just have our Friday night blockbuster event, and we're showing Mothra, the original 1961 Japanese version with English subtitles. Yeah, it's exciting. She gets her blockbuster debut in Bloomington, Indiana. And then Saturday, we're doing an all day event. We start in the morning with Mothra versus Godzilla 1964. And then midday, we show Destroy All Monsters 1968. And then we close out the event with everybody's favorite, GMK.
Okay,
Hmm.
excellent, excellent.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, we sponsor a similar event here in Texas, in Dallas, called Kaiju Go. It's just a one-day event, but I think they're showing 3 movies this year. The first 2 years was 2 movies, and then last year and this year they squeezed in an extra movie. They have like some vendors and artists and that kind of thing there too. Are you going to have anything besides the movies?
Yeah, this year we have amazing vendors and artists. We have 2 local artists here from Bloomington. And we have our friend Matt Frank coming on into Bloomington to also sell and vend and give out custom art. So that'll be really awesome. And then as a treat for everybody, Ed Godziszewski is coming. And he's going to be participating in a post film panel on Friday. And on Saturday, he's going to be introducing GMK and showing behind the scenes images of his time on set. So we're all really looking forward to that.
Now, explain to the folks who that is in case they're not familiar with him.
Oh, well, if you don't know Ed Godziszewski, well, you're missing out. Ed is the legend. He is basically the Japanese kaiju king expert, and he has been working with Toho and going to Japan since the 70s, and he is a consultant on kaiju films. He wrote so many good books, but I mean, he is one of the authors of the Yoshiro Honda biography and the Godzilla, biography and the 70th Illustrated. So he's also, I think, right now the editor of one or two kaiju magazines, and yeah, he's a legend, and it's really an honor to have Ed come on down. He's the voice that you hear on the commentary of the night of Godzilla 1954 and the Mothra 1961 DVD as well.
Speaking of magazines, I had something sad waiting for me when I got home today. The
What
final
happened?
issue of G Fan magazine.
I know. The
So
end of
sad.
the edge of a good thing for all of us.
The longest running fan magazine ever, at least according to
I
them.
know. How do we save it? How do we revive it? How do we bring it back? What do we do?
I don't know. I just don't know because I mean I don't know the details of what went wrong. It's been going on for so long. I think there
Mhm.
might be just some personal things involved. I don't really know. I guess G Fest will still be happening though. It's certainly happening this year, and I haven't heard anything about that not happening
Mhm.
again. So, but
Yeah.
there's a lot of these little things going on, like Godzilla in Bloomington and Kaiju Go, and there's Kaiju Brooklyn, and I just saw some other thing today. I don't know what it was, but it was on Instagram. Some little, I figure a similar kind of thing to what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Just some little town having their own thing going on.
And
So
I
it's,
think that's
I
kind of
mean,
what makes these so special. I love G Fest. I go to G Fest. I spoke twice last year. I will also be speaking again twice this year. But as you know, as you've been to G Fest, it just gets so big and so crazy. I think what makes, like Kaiju Go and Godzilla Weekend in Bloomington, it's more intimate, it's smaller, you can just kind of relax a little bit. And I think that's what kind of makes these things special, you know?
yeah, yeah. Oh, I found it. It's called Kaiju Fest in Salem.
Hmm.
Kaiju Fest
That
Salem 2026.
is that one
Uh,
new?
I guess so. Salem Scare Society and Nightlight present. It's gonna be 2 days, 9 films. Jeez,
Oh,
it's a
wow.
what they call a butt-numathon. Uh, I hope they have good luck with that. Yeah,
Yeah,
our
definitely. I'm
thing is
looking
in
it up right
August as
now.
well.
Yeah, it's we do our event in June because I was trying to plan it around G Fest Chicago and then Kaiju Brooklyn. So we could
Mhm.
be kind of sandwiched in between. But
Yeah.
yeah, all these other events now are like kind of popping up.
Yeah, we've been to G-Fest twice. First time I did a presentation on kaiju in role-playing games.
Mhm.
But we decided because we were going to promote the podcast, and at G-Fest we just kind of get lost in all the noise. But if we sponsor Kaiju Go, we stand out a lot more. And I think it's, if that's our main goal. If your goal is just to have fun, then yeah, go to G-Fest. But if your goal is to actually connect and promote, then maybe a smaller venue might be a better idea. So you can interact with people more directly and stand out from the crowd. So that's our marketing strategy going forward.
What is when you guys are doing Kaiju Go? How about as one small film festival organizer to another? What is one challenge that you've had? Because maybe we can compare notes here a little bit
Oh,
on the air.
I'm just a sponsor. We don't do any
You're just a sponsor.
organizing
You
of
guys
this
aren't
stuff.
organizing it.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, no. Jakey and Toko Toy Town and a couple of those guys. They are the organizers. But we're also based in Texas, and we connected with them just before their first one, and we've been there every year, and we've been official sponsors for 3 years. This is their fourth year.
No.
We were just kind of unofficial promoters the first year.
Yeah, well, I
So,
mean, that's an important role. If these things aren't promoted and then tickets don't get sold, then it never happens again.
well, they've been selling out, and didn't I see that you sold out last year?
We did. Honestly, that was so surreal. My
Yeah.
first year doing this, it really started on a whim. Like, it was really a fever dream because it just happened so randomly. One of my teachers, I was in her Japanese genre cinema class, and she just mentioned, like, I would love to get Godzilla in the theater. And it was like a light bulb moment. And then I just started like emailing venues around me to see if somebody would do Godzilla. And yeah, the Buzzkirk Chumley in town said, yeah, they do it. And why don't we do like 3 films? We'll do a weekend of it. And they purchased them. And from there, it was a mad dash. I mean, the whole thing was like, was like set up and promoted in 5 weeks. Like it went
Oh,
really, really fast. And yeah, we sold out. We have 600 seats in the theater. So yeah, we
mhm.
sold out the first year. Godzilla, 600 seats mid-June in a small, keep it weird college town. So, and
Right.
this year again, we have a really strong reception for Mothra. So we are very excited.
Cool. Well, we have a little, very old, recently restored theater here that I've been tempted to try to put something together at. So maybe I'll talk to you about that off air later. Get some tips. We have our council. Maybe I could get them aboard.
Definitely,
Or,
or something, I also I know people who work in other theaters. Like I have a friend in grad school in Milwaukee and they work in a theater and then other podcasting friends. And it's like I joke that like we should create like a council of like Godzilla film festivals or a committee or something because we all just have access to these little theaters. It's like if we all pull our weights, we could just create these small events all over the country.
yeah, yeah, that sounds good. Now you are getting your PhD in Godzilla.
Yeah, I
Tell me,
know. It's
tell me about that.
this is my season 5 has really taken a wild turn. Um
Uh,
I went back to school. I got my first 2 degrees, my bachelor's in art history, basically in 20th century transatlantic art movement and dealing. And then I got a second bachelor in aesthetics, particularly contemporary aesthetics. And then right now, I just finished my master's in art history and I just focused on Godzilla. And yeah, this fall, now I start my PhD with the media school at IU, Indiana University. And my plan is to just continue to write about Godzilla.
so, do you know what your thesis is yet?
I'll get there. I will figure it
Okay.
out. I'm just walking in. Everyone tells me that this is the best part of my PhD, the summer before when I get to tell everybody I'm getting a PhD because from here it's downhill. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'll figure it out. I have obviously 5 years to research and write this thing, so we'll see what my
Right.
dissertation becomes. But I'm really enamored with the Terry O'Morse 1956 version. I wrote my master's on it. I think it is criminally underanalyzed and studied and in need of a dire intervention. So I started my master's with that, and that may end up becoming a larger project.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of one that Godzilla fans kind of sneer at, but like I think there's so many nuggets of analysis in it that we still need to look at.
Okay. All right. Now, we were both separately recently on comic Right,
Yeah.
and I heard that you don't have much background in comics. Are you going to
No.
be, because of this, are you going to be diving into Godzilla comics and Kaiju comics
Well, yeah,
going
and
forward?
I have mapped. Yeah, well, I started to research it because I was going on, Russ's show, and I have Matt Frank coming, to our event. So I'm like, oh shit, like I gotta become a Godzilla comic book expert pretty goddamn fast. But no, I like it. I really like Godzilla Rulers of the Earth and the three-part series with that. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going with it. I already finished that series, so we'll just kind of see here. But I think I am. It's a nice break from so much of like the heavy academic like reading I do to have like a beautiful illustrated graphic novel. So I don't know. I'm inspired. Maybe my PhD will be a graphic novel. Who knows?
I'm sure. I know people have gotten degrees in comic books or comic book related things. I don't know if anyone's ever presented their dissertation in graphic novel form, but
There's
I'm
a
sure
first for
someone's
everything.
tried it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? And I'm also getting like a professional media degree, so I feel like if you can think it, you can achieve it.
So I just wanted to recommend something to you as someone
Yeah.
who doesn't yet know much about comics, but does have a background in art history and the more academic side of art, and that is Understanding Comics by Scott McCloud. It is
Ooh,
got indispensable.
I am
Anyone
looking
who
it up right now.
has a deeper interest in comic books and the what he calls a sequential art and understanding them structurally and a little and the history and he just really delves into it from a artistic side. I mean, it's
Mhm.
things like using an idea to explore the medium as opposed to those who use the medium to explore an idea
Yeah.
and things like that. Just doing a deep delve on what am I actually looking at here and what are the that and that comics are a medium and not a genre and things like that and how it relates to it's a good book just on understanding art as well
Yeah,
as
well, and
understanding comics specifically.
And that was kind of, to be honest with you, walking in with my background in art history and analysis and then aesthetics. And then also for my master's, I had to learn film editing. I had to learn screen theory and film editing. So, and the first things I did before I even started reading the comic books was read comic book theory and how, and like, the essentials and to lay it out, and I did really enjoy it because there's so many ways to analyze it, whether it's a single image on one page or it's the grid panel or the way it insets within each other and the line work and all of this. It was like a wonderful way of like each picture is a narrative image within itself within this system. So so I have been enjoying it, and now I have this book on my list. So thank you. You have now added more homework for me.
I will feel like homework. I really enjoyed it when I read it. And
Oh.
I can't remember the title, but he did a sequel years later, um,
Oh.
partly dealing with things like comics in the digital age and things like that. Like the idea
Awesome.
that if you're doing a web comic, you should maybe structure it to fit a web browser rather than taking a regular comic book and just sticking it on the internet
Yeah.
because the shapes are
Yeah.
different. So maybe don't approach it that way. Things like that.
Yeah.
So there you go. Well,
Mhm.
I think I need to wrap it up so I can get this out in time for people to find out about it since it's coming up this weekend. But
It is
thank you,
coming up
Beth,
this weekend.
so
Very,
much.
very quickly. I am exhausted. I am exhausted, and it's
uh,
been a
but
crazy 6 months.
it's a good it's a good kind of tired.
Yeah. It
So there you go, folks. If you're in the it's Bloomington, Illinois,
I'm in Bloomington, Indiana.
Indiana.
We are
I
in
knew it was an
Southern Indiana. It is
I knew it was
Bloomington,
an
Southern
I.
Indiana.
I knew it was an I.
IU, Indiana University. That's where I go.
So if you're anywhere in
But
that
there
area,
are
go check
Bloomingtons
out.
everywhere. I think there's a Bloomington in every state, so it's very easy to be all
I'll
get that confused.
I'll see if there's one in Texas. Well, thanks for joining us, folks. Thanks for listening. I have been your host, Precious D. With me has been Beth Bredlau. Remember to keep calm and take shelter in basements. Please don't misuse science. We won't see you, but you will hear us next time on Monster Movie Fun Time Go. You've been listening to Monster Movie Fun Time Go. If you enjoyed the show, please consider rating and reviewing us on your podcasting platform of choice. You can leave us a message and find links to all our things at mmftg.com.